don't know how good it is to be home.
Yes, I do.
Hi.
You don't know how excited I was when I saw Jamie drive up in front of the house.
Yes, she started to cry.
Bridget, cry? No, I can't believe that. Whoa, what is all this?
Well, they are engagement presents.
See,
Here, let me help.
you don't know how much the doorbell's been ringing. It's been ringing day and night, just with all these deliveries, dear.
Well, I don't mind all this wedding stuff. It's like Christmas all over. I like the looks of this. Let's see.
All
here.
right.
Okay, careful, dear.
Oh, it's from Dad. When is he going to be home?
Well, don't worry.
anyway?
He'll be back in time for the wedding.
Oh, good. Jamie, come on. Come help me open all these.
Now?
Why not?
I think you should rest.
Bridget, why don't we take Victoria's suitcase and get it unpacked for her?
Oh, yes, of course. Give it to me, Jamie. There we go.
You're not thrilled about this at all, are you?
What are you talking about?
The big wedding. You know, you zone out every time we talk about it.
I don't either.
Don't bother explaining, Jamie. Let's just call it off.
Oh, Mrs. Hobson, everything was perfect.
Delicious. I ought to ace makeup exams more often.
Better you pass your exams in the first place. Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't treat him to any more dinners as a reward.
Grandma, this is a one-shot deal. From now on, it's going to be Matthew Corey, student extraordinaire, no classes cut or exams missed.
No Josie picking up tabs.
Grandmother, I didn't know you were a chauvinist.
Just a sec.
It's okay. Some of my best friends are chauvinists.
One of these days, pal, right to the moon. See ya.
Oh, she's great, Nat.
She likes you?
Yeah, maybe. Not like your mom.
Yeah, there's a problem.
Yeah, because she makes me so nervous.
She just needs a little time to get to know you.
I don't know, Matt. I don't think your mother's ever gonna like me.
Hello, nerves.
What?
I'm nervous. I haven't done this in a long time.
Oh, it's like riding a bike, but...
No, it isn't.
You're right, it isn't.
I mean, Ruben's whole future is at stake here.
Well, he's in good hands, okay?
He's in shaky, sweaty hands right now.
Here they are.
Yes, here they are, but where's Ruben?
Hi.
Hi. Where's your brother?
We don't know.
Well, he said he'd meet us here.
Oh, man, if he doesn't show.
You can forget about it. Here comes Judge Tinkin.
Sit down, please. Good evening.
Evening, Your Honor.
Mr. Reese?
Cass Winthrop, Your Honor.
Yes. I heard you and Mr. Edwards had some unholy plans to right the wrongs of our city.
Well, in this case, one wrong will do, Your Honor.
We'll see. Very well, this is a preliminary hearing. I'll allow you considerable leeway, no holds barred, until I say they're barred. All right, let's begin. People versus Reuben Lawrence. Is everyone ready?
When I'm with you, you take
Le Baton Mouche?
Yeah, it goes up and down the Seine. You can either do lunch or dinner.
It's a restaurant, too?
Oh, you haven't lived, Liz, till you've had their gooseberry tart.
There she goes again.
What?
Every time you get back from Paris, I feel as I have never lived.
Well, then come with me next time.
Well, why do you think I've been practicing my French? How's this? Garçon, je voudrais au grand tort du gooseberry, s'il vous plaît.
I missed you, Liz.
I missed you a lot, too. But, Sherry, when I heard what a hit your collection was, oh, I was so proud. I called practically everyone I have ever met and said, she's a hit, she is a hit. I even called my old Aunt Grace. She thought I was out of my mind.
Your Aunt Grace?
Yes.
The one who's 96 years old?
97. I haven't talked to her in almost 2.5 years, and then I call her and tell her about your reviews. Oh, did you get my flowers?
Oh, and the telegram, and the candygram, and the letter. Oh, bless your heart for making such a fuss.
Oh, who wouldn't?
Cass.
What?
He forgot.
He didn't call you?
Didn't do anything. I guess it slipped his mind that my collection was being reviewed.
Oh, there has to be some explanation. What did he say to you when he met you at the airport?
He didn't. His secretary had me paged. Said he couldn't make it.
That isn't like Cass.
Well, he's very busy. He has a hearing tonight. That's why he couldn't pick me up. I'm happy that he's doing what he loves.
You don't look very happy.
His secretary says that he wants me to come over to the courthouse.
But you don't believe it.
I don't know. What am I gonna do, Liz? I feel like we're losing each other.
I'm waiting, Counselor.
Mr. Lawrence is delayed, Your Honor.
Would you care to let us in on the reason for that, Mr. Winthrop?
Yes, of course, Your Honor. My client doesn't have a car. He may have had some trouble with public transportation.
Then he should have left earlier.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hope he isn't taking this hearing lightly.
Of course not, Your Honor. I can assure you that he will arrive shortly.
Hardly an auspicious start to these proceedings, Counselor.
I apologize for my client. I also assure the court that it won't happen again.
Very well. Since this is a preliminary hearing, we will move ahead without Mr. Lawrence.
Well, it is getting late, Your Honor. Perhaps a continuance would
Forget
be...
it. I intend to clear this off my calendar tonight.
You'd like to make a ruling tonight?
That is the intention. So let's get to it. Mr. Reese?
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
We're not prosecuting anything yet. This is a hearing to determine whether or not we're going to go further with this.
I'm prepared to show that we must go further, Your Honor. I'm prepared to show that Reuben Lawrence forced entry into the restaurant Mary's Place in order to set fire to it.
You'd better have proof that the fire was set intentionally, Mr. Reese, if you want a conviction on a charge of arson.
I understand that, Your Honor. And I have forensic evidence which we intend to introduce at trial. But at this hearing, I intend to establish motive. Actually, Lawrence had two motives. One, to cover his theft, and two, to take revenge against Mary McKinnon.
Call your first witness, Mr. Reese.
The people called Vince McKinnon.
Now, why would I want to cancel the wedding?
Jamie, you don't even want to open the presents.
I don't want you overdoing it on your first day home.
And ripping off paper is that strenuous, huh?
It's the excitement, Vicky. You know you're prone to high blood pressure.
Oh. No, I know you're prone to second thoughts.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Jamie. Blushing bride with her belly out to here isn't exactly the picture-perfect wedding, is it?
I agreed to it, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. Only because my mother and I forced you into it.
Where did you get that idea?
Your tone of voice, like right now, and the way you're looking at me.
Vicky. It's been a tough time. I've been very worried about you. But just because I'm not laughing and smiling all the time doesn't mean that I'm not happy with you. When are you going to realize that?
Maybe never.
Vicky, look at me. Now, I agreed to a big wedding because I'm very proud that we're together. And I want everyone to know that, especially you. I am very proud that you want to be my wife.
Come on, you know how moms are.
I know how my mom is.
Exactly like mine, overprotective.
It's not the same thing, Matthew.
Josie, she does like you.
Matthew, I want her to. It's just every time I'm around her, I get so worried that I'm going to do something stupid.
Well, then stop worrying.
I'm going to be working at the spa soon. I'm going to run into her all the time.
And me?
Well, that part I like.
So we can take coffee breaks. We can go out to lunch every day.
I'm going to be bringing my lunch, Matthew.
Okay. That sounds good. We can both brown bag it, eat in the atrium.
Yeah, well, when are we going to get any work done?
There you go, worrying again. This spa is going to be a tremendous success.
Oh, I hope so.
And so will you be. I mean, you're going to be running the place in no time. They're going to have to call you Ms. Watts.
Remember, it's my treat.
No.
No, it's my treat, really. Please. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I had a lovely time.
You're very welcome.
Do me a favor, make sure I didn't leave anything, okay?
I can't believe you're gonna do this.
Keep your voice down. The land's right down the hall.
You're just gonna skip out?
Man, I sure ain't gonna pay that thief for last month's rent. Do you know he put a lock on the door after I went out yesterday?
What about me?
It took me 10 minutes to pick that daggone thing.
What about me, Ruben?
You okay, babe?
Where are you going?
I don't know. Getting out of Bay City, though. I ain't gonna tell you nothing else. It's better that you don't know too much, okay?
You can't, Ruben. You can't go.
There's nothing else I can do, Palara.
Well, what am I gonna do without you?
Palara, these people are looking for me with warrants. Hey, if they catch me, I'm gonna go away.
I'm coming with you.
No, forget that. Palara, if they catch you running with me, they're gonna put you away, too. Prison ain't no place for you, honey.
Please. You can't leave me alone, Ruben. You can't.
Palara, come on, don't do this. Don't do this. It's gonna be okay.
Dude.
Everything's good. What's going on? What's going on?
Ruben, you can't leave me here alone.
Take your jacket off.
No.
Take it off. Man, not again. You did it again, didn't you? Didn't you?
What do you think you're doing, Ruben?
I don't want no problems with you, all right, Ronnie? But I'm getting out of here, and I'm taking Palara with me.
That's it? You're gonna cut and run. Every time something goes wrong for you, you take off. Ruben, please. For once in your life, don't run away.
I had emptied the cash register earlier in the day, but there was still some money in the till when I left that night.
The police report states that the register was open and empty. The money had disappeared.
Is there anything else, Mr. Reese?
Oh, Your Honor.
Mr. Winthrop?
Thank you, Your Honor. I suppose we are to infer from the police report and from Mr. McKinnon's testimony that the money was stolen.
Wait a minute, the police think that he stole it and burned the place down.
Please wait for a question, Mr. McKinnon.
I have only a couple of observations to make, Your Honor. First of all, no money was ever found on Ruben Lawrence.
He could have stashed it.
Please, Mr. McKinnon.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor.
Did you see Ruben Lawrence take the money?
I didn't have to.
A simple yes or no is all I'm asking for, Mr. McKinnon. Did you see Ruben Lawrence take the money?
No.
The fact is, Your Honor, No one ever saw Reuben Lawrence take the money. There was no evidence that anyone took the money. There was evidence, however. A small pile of ashes found next to the cash register. Ashes that look very much like these. Money burns.
And when somebody burns it on purpose, it's a federal offense.
Didn't they change that law? I meant no disrespect to the Department of the Treasury, Your Honor. I was only trying to make a point.
Don't worry, Mr. Winthrop. I'm not going to sick the FBI on you. But I think both of us are getting a little long in the tooth for these kind of theatrics, don't you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's stick to what is pertinent. As far as I'm concerned, the most pertinent thing right now is whether your client's going to walk through that door. Wouldn't you agree?
I'm sure he'll be here soon.
I'm a fair man. If you don't produce Mr. Lawrence in 10 minutes, I will dispense with this hearing, set a trial date, and order that Reuben Lawrence be held without bail.
But, Your Honor...
10 minutes, after which I'm issuing a warrant for his immediate arrest. Clear enough?
Yes, Your Honor. Jesse, I want you to call everybody who knows where Reuben might be, all right? If he doesn't show up, we're finished.
10 minutes isn't a whole lot of time.
So don't waste any. Come on, move.
You gave it a good try, Cass. You gave it your best shot.
What, are you saying it's all over?
No, I'm just saying you better start preparing to give it up.
No way.
Factory. Matthew, don't you have to meet Jesse at the hearing?
You know I do.
Well, you better get going.
You're coming with me.
No, I can't. I've got to get home. I've got chores.
Can't they wait?
No. And besides, I've got to talk to your grandmother for a minute.
About what?
About, well, my mom made curtains for the restaurant, and I have to see if she wants anything else. Come on, you better get going. You're gonna be late.
Okay. You sure it can't be that?
I'm positive.
Okay, listen. I'll give you a call later, and I enjoyed our dinner. Bye-bye.
Mrs. Hobbs.
Ah, was everything satisfactory, madam?
Oh, everything was terrific. It's just that, well, I guess I wasn't paying too much attention when I was ordering all those specials.
Oh, is there a problem?
Yeah, I'm a bit short on the money. In fact, I'm a lot short.
Oh, well, forget about it. Be my guest.
No. I can't have you thinking the frames don't pay their bills. I don't want you to think we're freeloaders or something.
Well, I don't think that. I love having you guys here.
Look, this is all the money that I have. Please.
Now, listen. Forget it. Okay. Pay me when you can.
I will.
That's my private line.
Okay.
Excuse me, honey.
Sure. Okay, there you go.
Okay, Bridget, hand me another one. No more. Oh, come on, Mom. I'm on a roll. 2 crystal mugs and 10 picture frames.
I know, but I think you should rest for a little while, sweetheart. You remember what Jamie said. We don't want to get you overtired.
Okay.
All right,
Now,
come on.
I'll go rest for 10 minutes.
All right, here we go.
And then I will be back to open the rest of them, okay?
All right. It's all right, dear. The presents will be here waiting for you.
Oh, listen, practice those deep breathing exercises, to help you relax.
10 minutes.
Right. Oh, she is so excited.
Yes. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes. It's really great the way everything's worked out just perfectly.
I'm so happy for her.
It's funny. It just seems like yesterday that Victoria and Jake just arrived from Lassiter.
Well, so much has happened since then,
Yes, it really is amazing, isn't it?
Yes, I remember how much Victoria and Jake, how much they loved each other. And then, of course, now Jake's married to Marley. Well, life is really full of surprises, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is. But I just have to say that I'm glad that Jake and Marley are here in Bay City.
You know, I think that's why they settled all their differences, so they could be here at home with their family.
Right, right. Bridget, do you think that Jake confided in Victoria, you know, about the problems that he and Marley were having?
Oh, I'm sure he did. I mean, after all, they have such a long history of being together. I mean, for years, you know, they were inseparable.
Yes, I know.
You know, I can remember the way they looked at each other.
Bridget,
I don't think I've ever seen two people who were so much
Bridget,
in love.
Look, that's enough, okay?
Did I say something wrong?
No, it's just that we don't need to go over and over and over it, that's all.
What I only said...
I know. You said that Jake and Victoria were madly, passionately in love. I know that. We all know that, all right?
Miss Donna, are you mad at Jake again?
No, of course not. You know, Bridget, did Jake or Victoria come to you and talk to you last summer?
No.
Well, do you think that Jake did confide in Victoria?
Well, I suppose he did. Yes.
Well, I'm not asking you to suppose.
But how would I know about that,
Well, you
my
would know
dear?
if they spent time together.
Well, that they did.
Oh, well, when?
I don't remember when.
Well, then why did you say that you did?
Well, I used to come and visit Victoria, and she would say sometimes that Jake had been here, and
Well, how did they seem together?
Miss Donna, why are you asking me all these questions?
Bridget, please, this is very important. I need for you to remember how Victoria and Jake were together last summer. What about last summer?
When I got your flowers, I thought they were from him.
Nicole, dear, look at me. Cass loves you.
Loving each other isn't the problem.
I don't understand it.
When we first got the salon,
You fought like cats and dogs, all...
I know, but Liz, there was an excitement, a passion.
And now?
And now, a lot of the time, well, it all seems like an effort.
Effort?
And the funny part is...
What?
I have to go.
Where?
Just to be by myself for a while. You understand, don't you?
You start to say something. The funny part is...
That excitement that I was talking about before, well, the only time that I've felt it lately is when I was working on my collection. Now, that's not the way it should be, is it?
No luck.
Nobody's seen him?
Or heard from him. I've called everywhere. No Ruben. You know, I was afraid this was gonna happen.
What do you mean?
He's long gone.
What do you know about Ruben?
Enough.
Nothing. You know absolutely nothing. My brother never got a break in his life.
You know, sometimes you have to make your own breaks, Jesse. You don't do that by running away.
He's not running away.
Well, then what would you call...
Okay. We don't have time to argue. We gotta get back inside. Come on. Come on. Good news, Your Honor. This is my client's brother, and he was just talking to Ruben. He should be here shortly.
Shortly. Soon. Momentarily. In a few minutes. Who do you think you're double-talking, Counselor?
Your Honor, my problem is I have no way of anticipating this delay, and I can only hope that the court will continue to be patient. A young man's future is on the line here.
So you keep saying. But my patience has been seriously tried, and there will be serious consequences if he doesn't show. I'll have to charge you with conspiracy.
What have I conspired to do, Your Honor?
Stall me. So Lawrence has a easy time getting out of town.
I have not done that, sir.
I'm not going to argue with you about it. I'm just going to wait and see what happens when he comes through that door. Continue with your witness, Mr. Reese.
I called Mary McKinnon.
You swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
State your name.
Mary McKinnon.
Mrs. McKinnon, you've had several encounters with Reuben Lawrence, have you not?
Yes.
And how would you describe his attitude toward you?
Hostile.
And why is that, Mrs. McKinnon?
I was treating his girlfriend, Pilara Sanchez.
You're a doctor?
I'm a psychologist.
And why did Miss Sanchez come to you?
She didn't. I was assigned her case after she was brought into the hospital suffering the results of a beating.
Was she beaten badly?
She had, that time, a black eye and a broken arm. But I recognized the symptoms.
Of what?
Pilara is a victim of domestic abuse.
Did she ever tell you who was administering these beatings?
No.
But as a professional in the field of psychology, did you form an opinion?
Yes, I did.
Did you ever state these opinions to Miss Sanchez?
I did, both to Pilara and to Reuben Lawrence. I told him that I knew he was beating her.
And how did he react?
He denied it. He was very upset. He also, it seemed to me, was not only angry, but guilty.
Did he threaten you?
Not directly, no.
Please explain that.
His attitude toward me was always needling. It was insinuating. There was an implied threat.
Your Honor, the witness is jumping to conclusions.
This witness is trained to make conclusions, Your Honor. I assure you she does not jump to them.
Gentlemen, please. It's you two that seem to be doing the jumping. Proceed, Mr. Reese.
Thank you. So what we have here is a young man who, in your opinion, as an expert witness, is more than capable of beating up women. Is that correct, Mrs. McKinnon?
I believe so, yes.
And this fire at Mary's place, why do you think that happened?
I think Reuben set the fire because I knew that he was beating Pilara.
No way, lady. That's not the truth.
You're watching.
This is where you sit, Reuben. Right over here. Where the hell have you been?
I assume you are the person we've all been waiting for?
I'm Reuben Lawrence.
You may proceed with your questioning, Mr. Reese.
I have no further questions.
The clock is running.
I've done more tap dancing than Fred Astaire.
Joe, I'm here, ain't I, man?
Yeah, well, you're going to listen to me from now on. You understand?
Mr. Winthrop, any questions?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. When you accused Reuben of beating Pilara, your previous testimony was that he didn't admit to it.
I don't remember exactly what I said.
Well, let us try to be very precise. Did he, in fact, deny it? Did he say he didn't do it?
I believe his exact words were, "You don't know what you're talking about."
Thank you, Mrs. McKinnon.
But I do believe that he
No
seemed
more
quite
questions,
guilty.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Mrs. McKinnon. All right, we'll hear your summation now, Mr. Reese.
I'll be brief, Your Honor.
Please.
Despite his denial, I believe that Mr. Lawrence did indeed beat his girlfriend, that he resented Mrs. McKinnon's influence with the girl and wanted revenge. It's been established that Mr. Lawrence was in the building the night of the fire. The fact is, he was there directly prior to that fire breaking out. And there's forensic evidence to support the probability that that fire was deliberately set. I believe we've shown beyond a shadow of a doubt that there's more than sufficient evidence for Mr. Lawrence to stand trial for breaking and entering, but more importantly, for the crime of arson.
Mr. Winthrop, present your case.
And you better make it good.
Someone tell me.
It was nothing.
What were you talking about?
Last summer, dear,
Yes, we were just
Donna was
discussing how things have changed so much for you since then.
And that's it?
Well, don't you agree with that?
Well, obviously, but I don't see why you two were talking
Because
about
we were
it.
just discussing that it's so amazing life is, how funny it is sometimes.
Why are you acting so weird?
Honey, I'm not acting weird. It's just that it's really a miracle that you have gotten everything that you wanted, and that Jamie is happy and wants this baby. What? Well, he does, doesn't
What
he?
kind of question is that, Mom?
Honey, I'm sorry. It was a stupid question. It's just that I worry sometimes, and I want to make sure that you have everything that you want. Oh, and speaking of which, why don't you come back over here and let's finish opening these engagement presents, all right? I can't wait to see what else you've gotten. Here, come on, sit down. All right, what do we have next here? Oh, why don't we try this one? It's cute. Look at the wrapping here. Here we go. Here's the card.
Don't forget to tell me, dear, who it's from. I have to put it down in the book, you know.
It's from Sam and Amanda.
I wonder what it is.
Don't you? Oh, it's a coffee grinder. Soon I'll be able to drink it again.
So tell me, Grandma, what's good?
Well, all of our entrees are excellent, Dr. Frame. I recommend everything. Except for the fried calamari, the chimichangas paradiso, the buffalo 3-alarm chicken wings. Oh.
I take it you haven't found a good chef yet.
Well, he's very iffy. Some things he makes just great, and then some things I... Have a steak.
A steak?
Yeah, I don't think he can last that up.
Well, how's the chili?
Well, the chili is pretty safe. Sometimes. Maybe. I'll get a waitress.
Oh, wait, hold on. I actually didn't really come for the food.
What?
Well, no, I didn't.
Well, how come then the first thing out of your mouth when you walked in the door was hello? Give me a menu.
It was just plain and simple curiosity, that's all.
Oh, yeah, right.
Grandma, I came to visit you.
You came to feed your face.
How do you always see right through me?
Because I've known you since you were that big.
Hi.
Hi,
Who do you have to know to get a good table around
Me.
here?
Well, look who just blew in from Paris,
Jet
huh?
setters, I'll tell you.
Oh, your place looks just great,
Yeah,
Ada.
well, it's coming along. Did you have a nice trip?
It went really well, thank you. But I'm glad to be back.
I'll bet you are. You are dying for a cheeseburger and fries.
How did you know?
Because you've got that if I have to look at another frog's leg, I'll scream look on your face.
Yes, you do. I noticed it myself.
Well, this hardly looks like a hamburger joint.
Well, I got a little clout around here. How about it, Jamie? 2 medium rare?
Actually, the chili sounds pretty good to me.
You are a brave man.
Thank you, Ada.
Okay.
So, Vicky was, wondering when you were going to return.
Well, I spoke to Donna last night. She said Vicky was doing well.
She and the baby are going to be fine, thank God, yes.
And when's the wedding?
A week from Friday.
Oh,
I hope you won't be busy.
I'll try to make it.
I can't believe this is happening so soon.
I can't believe my niece is getting married before I am.
Hey.
Kenny, what are you doing here?
Well, I just had to see it for myself, you know. This is the Cafe Paradise, huh?
Yeah, it's great, huh?
Yeah, did you eat here?
With Matthew.
Well, it's awful sporting of him to take you to such an expensive place. Was it a, special occasion?
No, and then he didn't take me, I took him.
You took him. Did you win the lottery?
No, I didn't win the lottery, okay?
Yeah, okay. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, Kenny. I'm just really upset about something.
Did you and Matt have a fight?
No.
Well?
Kenny, I didn't have enough money to pay the check.
What happened?
When I was ordering the specials, I didn't think to ask how much they were. You don't know how embarrassed I was. I told Mrs. Hobson I'm going to pay her back every last dime.
And I'm sure you will.
Kenny.
What, Jones?
No, never mind.
Oh, come on, anything. Really.
Oh, I can't believe I'm asking you this.
What?
Are there any more of those Those parties coming up.
You know, I think I have the perfect solution. See what we've got.
Ironic, isn't it?
What?
Cass and Vicky are so much alike.
Wild and unpredictable, you mean?
And you and I are...
Steady and down to earth.
We didn't used to be.
I remember.
Do you ever think about those days?
Once in a while, yeah. I was still trying to make it as a writer. And you?
No, you can say it. I was a failed ex-model. You didn't have any idea of who she was or what she wanted.
But you really made something of yourself.
So have you. But there's something about life on the edge.
What?
I don't know. I'd much rather be who I am now, but...
But you don't want to get too comfortable.
Maybe that's my problem. I expect it all to be perfect, romantic, exciting, comfortable, everything.
I don't know if it's ever everything.
Maybe not.
Are we talking about you and Cass?
Is that what you did, Jamie? Learn to compromise?
Well, I don't know if I would call it compromising. I would just say that you have to allow yourself to accept people the way they are and not try to turn them into what you think they should be.
Josie, come here. Wait a minute, just to hear me out.
Forget it, Kenny. It was a stupid idea. I don't want to do any more of those parties.
It is not the same thing this time.
It sounds like the same thing.
That's because you're not listening to me. It's more like a contest.
Is there a costume involved?
Yeah, sort of.
Forget it.
Look, hey, it's sponsored by the school newspaper, all right? It's called the Beat the Winter Blues Summertime...
Party?
All right, party. But look, you're not going to be the only one involved this time.
Oh, you mean that all the girls will be wearing bathing suits or something like that?
Yeah, and not just the girls, but the guys, too. And it doesn't just, have to be bathing suits. It can be anything that you would wear in the sun.
Oh, well, what's the price?
$50 for the best male and female costume.
$50, huh?
Mm-hmm. Do I see a little interest there?
Oh, I could never win something like that.
Oh, Josie, don't be ridiculous. Now, come on. Who could look better in a bathing suit than you?
Matthew would not like this at all.
Matthew's never going to go to something like this. He's too hung up on you. So?
I'll think about it, okay?
Hey, no time. It starts in a couple of hours. Come on, what do you think? It might even be fun.
As with most police reports, this one is open to interpretation. It's all in how you read it, Your Honor.
I trust you will spare us a page-by-page recounting.
I will be brief, Your Honor, but I would like to go over a couple of points. Swiftly.
Let's go. I can't believe it. What happened? I was so certain my brother would beat this. Easy. But this is bad.
Why?
They've got all this phony evidence, and the judge seems to be buying it. I mean, my brother could be going to jail.
Your Honor, what Mr. Reese failed to mention was that the forensics report indicates that the fire could have been started by accident.
This is not a trial. All the people have to show here is that Mr. Lawrence could have deliberately set the fire.
But there is no hard evidence.
Hard or no, the fact is he could have.
I agree with Mr. Reese. Unless you can produce evidence to refute the possibility your client set the fire, I see no other choice but to set the trial.
I have that evidence, Your Honor.
I'd love to see it. I would have loved it even more a half an hour ago.
Miracle.
Oh, Kenny, I can't. This is ridiculous.
Oh, come on. Do you want the money or don't you?
Of course I do.
Well, then what's the big deal? Last time you told me it wasn't such a big problem, remember?
Well, it is hard getting up there like that. But I guess once I was up there, I did kind of get into the recognition.
See, you admit it.
But it isn't easy. And there's Matthew.
And look, Matthew is never going to go to something like this. The kid is nuts about you.
He is, isn't he?
Yes, he is. So, are we going to win that contest and start down the road to fame and, more importantly, fortune? Huh?
What time do I have to be there?
What are you doing,
Ruben,
man?
sit down.
No, I don't want to sit
down,
Ruben. You hear me? Are you crazy?
It's difficult not to hear you. It's difficult not to hear all of you. I want order. Order!
Keep control of him, would you?
All right, Counselor. Explain this, and it had better be good.
I'm not sure any of us would consider this good, Your Honor. You see, this man is the one responsible for the fire.
Your Honor.
Sure you're going to be all right?
Yes!
Bridget, I will stay with her until you get back.
Well, I'm only going to bowl one game.
Oh, come on, Bridget, it's league night.
Now, you be sure you get your rest, dear.
I will.
Now, you mustn't forget, I left the phone number of the bowling alley. I left it on the kitchen table.
Okay, well, I doubt we'll be needing
Well,
it.
I just wanted to leave it there in case you needed it,
Okay.
you know?
Bridget, would you get out of here?
Dear,
Go, have a good time. Go,
yes,
bye. She is such a worrywart. It drives me crazy sometimes. I love her to death, but all her hovering and you wouldn't believe about all the wedding plans. She is absolutely panicked that something is going to go wrong. So am I. What?
Victoria, we need to talk.
My baby.
And Jake.
Personal Fouls, Illegal Dress Fights. Catch 8 episodes of the best Melrose Place fights. Watch the 2nd annual Cereal Bowl, Melrose Takedowns on New Year's Day starting at noon. And catch Melrose Place at its regular time, weekdays at 6, only on SoapNet.